we grow up in our gaming life, we start off with Nintendo games. Well, most of us did anyway. Then we moved on to the Super Nintendo. After the Super Nintendo, we have things like the PlayStation, the Game Boy, the PlayStation 2, the PSP, the DS, and every other game console out there. So I ask you this, gamers. When it comes to your gaming life, how do you even begin to pick your favorites, let alone your top 25 favorites? Well, that's what we're going to do this month. Is I'm going to take you on a journey, and you'll be able to discover my top 25 video games. Well, I should say my top 25 most memorable video games of all time, and why. Hello guys, we're back to my video countdown. We're on day 9, and this may look familiar to some of you. It may look like a complete mess of something to the rest of you, but I know what this is. And last video, or last day, yesterday, I was talking about how Star Tropics was one of the most underrated games, I feel, and this game, cue intro right there, Legend of Dragoon. Again, it's one of the most underrated games in my opinion. Like, this game came out on the original PlayStation. Little backstory there. You're playing as a guy named Dart, and it has like little dragoon crystals that you can get, and it'll turn you into a dragoon, which is freaking amazing. And you do have dragons that you can summon in the game, depending on what your crystal was. Like, the red crystal would be for like the red fire dragon, for instance. But this is one of the most underrated, and yet one of the best PS1 games, and in my opinion, one of the best games and RPGs out there to have ever come into existence. It just really stinks that this game is so, like, underrated because it's so good. I'm just kind of showing off some of the cutscenes here for you guys, but like, I'll show some gameplay as well. But the thing is, this I can't even talk because this game is bringing up so many like memories for me. So you play, like I said, you play as dragoons, and you kind of go on your little journey, whatever, and it spans across 4 discs. Back in the day where these sort of RPGs had more than one disc, but the gameplay is just so good, and the story is really, really good. I got really into the story, and that's why when one part comes around, not going to spoil it for you, but there's one part in particular when it comes around, I know it's coming, and I kind of don't like it, because then I know what's coming and I get all sad, because even though I know it's coming, it's like, come on, don't do this to me, game. Just to kind of show off the battles a little bit, this is kind of like the battle system that showed up. You have these sort of timed hits, and it'll show off here in just a second, where if you time it correctly, and there are a lot of button presses, maybe that's why it wasn't so popular, is because it has a lot of button presses, especially if you have someone like Albert, or what's the other guy's name? Lavitz, thank you. Lavitz or Albert, they have like a lot of button presses. Maybe that's why it was so unpopular, but even if I failed at the button presses, I didn't really mind too much, because the game was so good and it was so unique. And for each like successful hit you get on them, you get like SP, and that SP was kind of like your magic, more or less. Like, not really magic, but it's like points you could use towards like summoning your dragon, or like having your dragons perform like their own unique magical attacks. And like your character, as you can see here, would go through like these transformations to get into their like dragoon armor. And like you could do special attacks with them there that are like really overpowered. And you could also, like I said, summon your dragon, have them do special attacks for you as well. Which is really, really cool. There are some enemies in this game which, like, they will make your attacks completely suck or go to zero if you transform into your, like, dragoon form. But I mean, look at these cutscenes. I know it seems like really, really bad for like today's standards, but these sort of cutscenes for like PS1 standards were pretty darn good. It just had some of the best gameplay out there that I can remember. Yeah, even though the time hits were kind of a pain sometimes, like they would do serious damage if you pulled them off right. But this game is just really, really highly underrated. They should make a sequel. You're like, really? Let's make a sequel of this game already, please. That'll happen. This game came out and I don't even know what time it... I don't even remember at this point, since it's been such a long time. But I really wish they would make... Oh, you get to see a dragoon attack. But I would really love to see a sequel, like official sequel to this game. Give it like high HD graphics, and that would be so great. Like, people have been wanting a sequel to this game, like ever since this game came out. They want a sequel, and I can definitely see why. But it's just a shame that it's so underrated that it probably won't ever get a sequel, which is it's really a shame, because this game was really, really fun. Even though you had to, like, I don't know, travel around, but that's kind of what you do in RPGs. But this one is definitely one that I've played. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've played this game because it's so fun. And in fact, when one of my discs stopped working, when I bought this game, I went out and bought an entire new game. That's an entire new set of 4 discs. I think it was 4 discs for this game. Just so I could play this game again. Because I freaking love this game. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this video. And I hope you enjoyed this day 9 video choice. And what did you guys think? Did you guys ever play Legend of Dragoon? Have you even heard of Legend of Dragoon? I hope so. See you guys for day 10 tomorrow.